Henry, I'm sure the fans would be interested to know why you're actually visiting Stadium MK and talking to Karl today.
Well, everyone I talk to in football speaks so highly of Karl. Been following his career, also go back to when he was a youth coach at Liverpool, knowing a few people there like Steve Highway, and he's got something about him, and you see the type of football that MK Dons play in League One on a not a great pitch like that. He's obviously got some good principles in him, so just curious.
Yeah, curious is a good word. But you also curious about the stadium and the setup of the club?
Yeah, very, very much so. I mean, what impressed me, I came to the cup game the other night, and I think there were about sort of 7,000-8,000 there, and there was a real noise in the place. So I can imagine, what it's like when it's full. It's like when the under-21s came here. So yeah, sort of, curious about the club, obviously, sort of very aware of the roots of the club and the FA decision and the rancour that came to that. And I think from a media perspective, there's always been a view of MK Dons slightly tainted by the roots of the game, but at some point, and AFC fans probably won't like this, but you've got to move on. You've got got a great thriving city here, good community of fans. You could see that the other night.
Do you think the penny's finally dropping with media? I don't mean that in a nasty way, that this is a football club, actually more so with perhaps the way the academy's been set up and Dan McKeechie joining the England FA, that it's perhaps they didn't foresee that the MK Dons would be that type of football club. Yeah,
I mean, I think from a media perspective, you've got a new, younger generation of journalists coming through who are probably not so aware of the whole sort of, the Wimbledon roots. I mean, I was covering them when they were the Crazy Gang. Mm-hmm. So I think that there is that perspective, but also, when you've got someone like Karl, you look at the academy, and it's quite interesting going backstage here. The academy, I've not been to many clubs where the academy and the people of the academy and the philosophy of the academy is so embedded actually in the first team. You can see the progression where the academy are to where the manager's offices is about sort of 10 metres. Mm. You can go to Premier League clubs and they can be on different sites. So I quite like that. Now, obviously, that's partly a financial thing, but also I think that plays to one of Karl's many strengths, which is his ability to develop players. And if you're Jose Mourinho and you've got Bamford and you think, well, I'm going to leave him here for whatever it was, for 4 months, first half of the season, because I know the player's going to develop.
Yeah, and also, I mean, off the football pitch now, I understand, we'll be talking off camera, there is a bit of a sort of kingship with Milton Keynes, that your father helped build it.
Yeah, he did, yeah. I mean, that was, must have been in the 70s, because one of the first words I can remember as a kid was sort of Milton Keynes, and Dad was always coming up here, and he worked on one of the villages on the edge of Milton Keynes, and then it got developed. So I've always had fun. I don't live that far away. I live in Northants, so sort of very aware of it. Very aware of the I think it was the concrete cows and the concerts they used to have here. And I've got friends who live here, and it's a great place to bring up kids. And you could see that at the match. Like all matches, a lot of fathers and sons and a lot of families, and it's good to see the club playing such good football. And if I lived in town, I'd bring my kids here.
That's right. And just the fans sort of be interested. When will they be able to read what your thoughts on today?
On Karl, probably in Saturday's paper, but in the modern world we live in social media, you're only one flick away from tweeting something to however many followers you've got.
Thanks very much, sir.
Pleasure.
Thank you.